How's everybody doing today? This is Corey Lee's Boxing, and we are back with another banger. So please smash the hell out of that like button, you guys, and subscribe. And yeah, man, we're gonna talk this boxing, man. We're gonna talk um, Deontay Wilder versus Robert Helenius, man. It's going down this weekend. It's gonna be a hell of a fight. You got Clarissa Shields versus Savannah Marshall. That's actually going down this weekend as well. And then you have, last but not least, you got a local fight here in the DMV area. Two guys that have been going at it, man. I've been, DC. Shout out to DC Mike, man. You've been keeping me up to date with what's going on, man. And these guys, it's getting spicy, man, to say the least. Williams versus Pierce is going down this Saturday in the DMV area.
Don't know the whole.
Hello?
That's it. I said, can you tell the fans their whole name just in case the fans don't know who they are?
Okay, you got Darren Williams versus Elijah Pierce. Okay, that's going down this weekend, Saturday in the DC area, man. So you guys definitely want to check that out. Yeah, man. Let's matter of fact, let's talk about the local fighters first, man. I want to talk about those guys first. It's been a build-up. It's been something that I've been, they both been jarring at it a little bit. You said one of them. So how did you think the interview went today that you sent me the link to, DC, Mike?
What did you think? I just did interviews on, both fighters. I'm going to hear your thoughts about it. What did you think of it? And what do you think of the fight?
What did you say?
I said I interviewed both fighters. I gave my opinion. I want to know. I'm pretty sure the viewers want to know what you think. The people heard my side. What do you think? And what did you think of the press conference?
Hey man, I think both fighters are ready to go, man. I like to see that type of I like to see that type of action, man. They both turned up. It looked like Darren Williams was. It looked like Darren Williams was more, business when it came to the Abraham's interview I seen that you sent me the link to. And you guys, we could drop the link if you can drop some of the links into the comment section on DC Mike if you can to some of those interviews. But yeah, man, Darren Williams looked like he was all business. Elijah Pierce pretty much, said, look, man, I got to do this for my kids. I'm willing to, I'm willing to die in the ring, pretty much is what he said. And he pretty much was saying that, at this time, man, you got to understand these fighters are warriors, are gladiators. And, for it to be these two guys, one of them 14-2 with Elijah is 14-2 with 12 knockouts. And Darren Williams is 9-1 with 6 knockouts, I believe. But like I said earlier, man, Elijah has the knockouts, but I feel like, Darren is more the better boxer, more the pure boxer from what I've seen. And like I said, some of the videos that I've seen have been over a year to 5 years old. So a lot of these guys' styles could have changed by then, But it's looking like right now that, this show is definitely in for a treat. Like I said, you can never take a guy lightly that has 12 knockouts. He has over an 80% KO ratio. He's 14-2 with 12 knockouts. So, he's pretty much saying he's willing to leave it all on the line come fight night. And he's not wavering from that. He feels like, he's got it, what it takes to win this fight. He feels like he should be even at a higher level than these two are fighting at this weight. And not only that, I like what Elijah said too, because he said something that, a lot of fight fans might not have noticed in the interviews that he's done so far. He's saying that he fought at a higher weight and that he's coming down in weight to fight him. So that's a key detail in this fight, because a lot of fight fans, if we have weight classes for a reason. And so when a fighter is he said he was knocking out guys in a higher weight division than he's fighting at now. What fight is this weight at now? I mean, what weight class is this fight at?
I think super bantamweight 122.
So they're 122 pounders. So he's possibly fought at featherweight, Gary Russell's weight class, which is 126. He said he fought guys at a higher weight class. So, I'm thinking 126 or maybe even high as 130, but he's saying he had success in knocking those guys out. Now, I did see some of Elijah Pierce's fights, and I know one fight that he fought. I can't remember the guy's name, but he was fighting another black guy, and I mean he was just wailing on the guy, and the guy wasn't fighting back. Now it looks like Darren Williams is definitely going to fight back. It's looking like he's going to definitely bring the pain. What you say Darren Williams said in the build up to the fight?
Check your text. I think I sent you the quotes. Check your phone.
Yeah. All right. You said.
And we can quote directly what he's saying.
Let me go ahead and get this joint straight, man. So it says, okay. It's looking like, okay, so Darren Williams says, okay, this is Darren Williams. Darren Williams says, I'm going to fuck this boy up. That WBC belt is staying at Maryland Live on God. Yeah. So that's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. That's what that's what Darren Williams is saying to Elijah. And now Elijah came back and says, this little pipsqueak ain't fucking nothing up. Guess he ain't peeped the last two opponents. Okay, wow. Okay, so he's saying his last two opponents, I guess, he's been getting it in lately, man. Who are you favoring in this fight, though, DC Mike? Why don't you break down this fight a little bit, man, for the viewers that haven't, heard you on my channel?
Right.
Shout out to Roosevelt. Hold on. Shout out to Roosevelt in the chat. He says, back with another banger. Great to see you still thriving. My guy. Light-skinned business says salute. Go ahead, DC Mike. Let the fans know what's happening.
What's up, brother, man? I don't know if he's from the DC, Maryland, or Virginia area, but like I said, for those who listening, it's gonna be a fight at the Maryland Live Casino this Saturday. For those who haven't been up there, it's a great casino. It sits 5,000 people at the casino. But anyway, Darren Williams and Elijah Pierce are fighting for the WBC USNBC Silver Super Bantamweight title. It's under the it's the green belt pretty much, y'all. So
you said it's for the green belt? Mm-hmm.
Yep, for the WBC USNBC Silver Super Bantamweight title. So for the viewers out there that's listening, if you guys are in the DMV area, come out and watch a championship fight at the casino. It's gonna be crazy. But anyway, like I said, I've been knowing Darren since he was 18 years old. I've been knowing him, since he was an amateur, and like you just mentioned, excuse the noise in the background. And like you just mentioned, from what you saw, Darren is a very, slick boxer, fast, and he's a southpaw for those who don't know. He's a southpaw. I believe Elijah Pierce is a southpaw. And like you mentioned before, Corey, Elijah Pierce is the bigger puncher. And I don't know, do you see this fight being the puncher versus the boxer? Or what do you think, Corey?
So when I break down Elijah versus Darren Williams, man, I break down more of Elijah Pierce is more of a banger. He's trying to get inside. He's trying to make his presence felt with possibly roughing you up tactics. Like I said, I stand on this. I think Darren Williams definitely has the better boxing ability, but with Elijah Pierce's power, anything can happen. This guy, Darren Williams, can definitely go to sleep because he has that power at a higher weight class. So what do you think is going to happen when he goes to a lower weight class? You know what I'm saying? So I think, so.
Well, yeah, like Elijah said in the press conference yesterday, and for the viewers out there that's listening and commenting, I don't know if you guys know anything about Darren Sweet Tay Williams and Elijah the Wolf Pierce. We got a Maryland fighter versus versus a fighter from Atlanta, Georgia. So it's gonna be a hella fire fight at the Maryland Live Casino this Saturday. Y'all should come up. The weigh-in is open tomorrow to the public. Maryland Live Casino. For those in the comment section, I don't know where y'all from. If y'all in the DC, Maryland, Virginia, the weigh-in open to the public. Come on up. If you need more information, you can follow me at DC Mike TV on Instagram. That way you can keep up with the fight. And if you want to, like I said, come out or buy a ticket, whichever way, y'all can do that. But I was rambling. What was your question, Corey?
So yeah, I mean, pretty much what I was saying is, with this fight going down, who do you think has the advantage? I mean, who are you leaning more towards?
Well, so obviously, Elijah Pierce is for the 26 and 30 and 35. I mean, obviously one guy's bigger than the other guy.
What classes has he fought at?
I want to say 35 and 30, but
he went all the way up to 35.
I would say, yeah, check your computer, check Google. I want to say those the weight classes, but I'm not for sure. But you check it to make sure. I don't want to quote his previous weight class wrong. But I want to say those are the weight classes. But I don't want to say it's wrong. But
yeah, I mean, he's fought a couple guys. He's actually stopped, two undefeated guys. Two undefeated guys. He stopped a guy named Irvin Gonzalez, which is 12-0. He TKO'd him. And then he fought, then he lost to Solomon Segway, which was 12-2. He lost a mid-decision by him. And then
who was that? Who was the guy he lost to?
Suleiman Segway.
Okay, Suleiman Sigawa. He's from Maryland as well.
Okay, he lost to him. He lost to him mid-decision. It was a close fight, so it was mid-decision. And then he lost a unanimous decision to Giovanni Cabrera, which was 11-0. That happened in 2018. Okay, and then his other loss in 2019. So he hasn't lost in almost 3 years, and he's on a 5 fight winning streak. Okay, and out of those 5 wins, he's got 4 of those wins by knockout. And then he's got a pretty good win over Jesse Garcia, which was 10-0 in his 2 fights ago. And so yeah, man, I mean, he's been moving up the charts. His last fight was a close fight. It was a win, but it was a mid-decision, meaning it was a close fight where the judges had a close fight. And do you think Elijah can get the nod out in Darren Williams' hometown backyard? Can he get the decision if it goes to the scorecards? DC Mike. It's a real question.
That's a real question. Yeah, that's a very, very, very good question. I don't know. I'm not gonna sit there and say he can or he can't.
And I'm serious on that too, because we've seen a lot of robberies in boxing.
Yeah, that I don't know. Obviously if you go to different states, some people or some fighters may say, oh, this state is biased, and they're always gonna judge for the hometown guy to win. So I mean, that can well be true. I don't know. But hopefully, if one guy, is winning, hopefully, the right guy will get the nod. But that's a very good question. I don't know. I can't sit and say, yeah, he get a decision, and I could be totally wrong. They could, anything can swing the other way. So I mean, I'm not for sure. That's a very good question though. But what do you think about both guys' competition? You just named some of the guys Elijah Pierce fought. How do you see their both of their last 3 fights? Who you think has the better resume at this point?
Let me look up. What I'm ready to do now is, you guys, I'm gonna look up. I'm gonna put on the screen here in a minute. You guys bear with me.
You gotta make that picture full screen. Get the picture, is it full screen? Is it covering the whole screen?
Yeah, I got it.
Oh.
And you know, right now, this is Elijah Pierce's last couple opponents, you guys. All right. So I got this off BoxRec. This is off BoxRec, you guys. So this is his last couple opponents. He's fought in Darren Williams. Rosminen Ford, which was 7-1. Jesse Garcia, which I told you 10-0. Luis Pena, which was 7-12. Mike Flower, which was 7-39. Anthony Zender, which was 1-9. I mean, the resume isn't that good, which with the level opponents, with the difficulty level. But let's go check out Darren Williams' resume, and let's see if his is any better. And this is straight off of BoxRec, you guys. So don't be mad at me. Be mad, don't be mad at the message. You know what I'm saying? This is straight off of BoxRec, you guys. So don't, watch that shit. You know what I mean? It's straight off the message. So let's see what we got here. So this is Darren Williams' last couple opponents right here. Okay, so we got Elijah Pierce right here. His last couple opponents. Darren Williams' last couple opponents was Robert Legsmay, which was 2-6. That was his last opponent, and that was in 2021. A little bit of inactivity too that we need to talk about. DC Mike, you told me that on the phone, and that was a key point, man. Do you think inactivity is gonna, possibly hinder Darren Williams, DC Mike? Do you think it's gonna get in the way of what he has in front of him? Mind you said Elijah fought 2 times this year, and you saying that Darren Williams, this will be his first fight of the year.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking on the screen. Yeah, I'm looking at the post on your page.
Darren Williams hasn't fought since May 22nd of 2021.
Right.
And when he did fight, the fighter that he fought was only 2-6.
Yeah, I think that was the fight where he won the ABF title. But it's a bit of inactivity. Excuse the noise in the background. It's a bit of inactivity. Like I know Darren, like I said, I've been knowing him for a good while. Darren has always been in the gym. He's never, left the gym.
But hold on. I gotta, you know what? I'm changing my pick, yo. I'm changing my pick here live. Here, you guys heard it here first. Corley Boxing is changing his pick. I'm picking Elijah Pierce by knockout. Because I'm looking at the resume of Darren Williams, man. His last 5 or 6 opponents. Let's run them down right now. Okay? His last opponent, 2-6. Before that, 7-39. Before that, he lost to a guy that was 7-0. He lost, unanimous decision. Okay?
Now I know Oleg Devon. For those who don't know the history of him, he's from the Ukraine. He was on the same team as Lomachenko. So he was like, I want to say, probably the number 3 guy in the amateurs. He had like over 250 amateur fights.
Okay, so he lost a unanimous decision to him. Okay, and then he beat a guy that was 11-7, knocked him out. Then beat another guy before that was 1-11. Okay, knocked him out. But what is he learning in these fights these guys are 1-11. This other guy's 1-0. Then before that, he fought a guy, Luis Guerrero, which was 0-5. Okay, you guys got to understand these guys' winning percentage. He's fighting guys with a winning percentage of 30% or under. You know what I'm saying? 40% or under. They're not even 500. They're not even like a 6-6 fighter. These guys are 2-6, 7-39, 1-11, 0-5, 10-24. Okay, you guys got to understand these are his last, couple fights, his last couple years. So I just feel like, the level of competition. And this is right here, you guys. Excuse me about the about how it looks on the screen, but this is actually Darren. This is actually Elijah Pierce's resume right here. His last couple opponents that he's on a winning streak too. That you need to note that, and he fought twice in 2022. So that's why I'm picking. That's why is this correct? Wow. I mean, the guy fought literally June 4th, knocked dude out that was 10-0, and Elijah came right back. I'm getting some noise in the background, DC. Mute that shit. And then so it's like you gotta understand. Jesse Garcia was 10-0. Okay, he fought him on June 4th. And then he went right back around and fought a guy that was 7-1, got a mid-decision that he fought him, 13 days later, June 17th? I mean, the guy has been, he knocked the guy out, and then he beat a guy on a decision. And I mean, he fought both of these guys literally 2 weeks apart. I think that was pretty good, man.
So what made you change your pick? So at first you were picking Darren by what? Stoppage or decision at first?
I was never picking Darren by stoppage. I was picking Darren possibly by unanimous decision. But the more I think about it and the more I break this fight down, we're gonna see. Like I said, Darren could prove me wrong. But just off of what I see right now, I see that Darren Williams can possibly get stopped in this fight. Elijah looks like he's on a collision course and he's not taking no for an answer. Like he said, he's got a family, and he said he said out of his own mouth, he said, I'm willing to go. He said, I don't think Darren Williams is willing to go where I'm willing to go. And when a fighter says that, you gotta listen to certain things that a fighter says, DC Mike. You gotta listen to little things he says, and then you gotta see if his resume even backs up what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so this guy Elijah has a 80% knockout ratio. So I gotta believe a man that is, I gotta believe a man when he's talking like that.
Do you think Darren can pull off the quote unquote impossible? Because it looked like, obviously looking at it on paper and inactivity and all that stuff, it looked like the odds are stacked against Sweetie. But if this fight was to make it to the betting books, what do you think the odds would be for this fight?
I think that the betting odds would possibly be, I would say maybe Sweetie would be probably the favorite because he's the hometown guy. But you can't necessarily go on the bookmakers. You can't necessarily go on, what they believe in. And I don't even know if Sweetie is going to be the favorite because you cannot look over the strength of competition and the level of opponents that Elijah has been facing in the professional ranks. I mean, the guy beat a guy 7-1, and then he beat a guy 10-0 in literally 14 days apart, 13 days apart. Okay? Knocked one dude out, and then 13 days later got a unanimous decision in his next fight. You know what I'm saying? 13 days apart. This guy's ready. This guy's ready as shit. And I want to see what the future holds for this guy, Elijah, man. Listen, his boxing ability is a little, he has holes in his boxing. I mean, let's just say that. But
so let's talk about the style matchup. So obviously, looking at it on paper, right, it seems though Elijah has the upper hand. What do you think about both guys' style?
I think right now the styles favor Darren Williams just from the style perspective because I think that Darren Williams could possibly steal some rounds because of his boxing ability. Darren Williams is one of those type of fighters that likes to hit and not get hit. Okay, so when you have a fighter like that, almost like a Devin Haney type of style, where he's like in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out the whole time. Elijah has got to catch him coming in. Okay, and that's going to be the name of the game. Can Elijah catch Darren Williams? Darren Williams is very fast and he's very quick. Okay, but I feel like the power that Elijah has, okay, not only the skill but just the power alone, and him being able to knock out guys that were heavier than him at one, like you said, at 130 and at 135. Okay. When your power is able to carry it to that level, and then you're coming back down to 122 or one, you said this fight is at 122?
Right, super bantamweight.
This fight is at 122, and this guy, Elijah, as far as high as 135, you got to take that into consideration, man. The guy has fought Rolly Ramiro in the amateurs, and I mean, the guy has a couple, he's got a couple guys on his resume that he's fought in the amateurs and stuff, and he's been in the ring with. So, I mean, let's be honest. I feel like Elijah right now is thinking that he's on a way higher level than his hometown kid, Darren Williams. And Darren Williams is probably like, this guy's coming in my backyard, and he's not, this, like he said, this WBC belt ain't going nowhere, and that's what he feels. So both fighters are ready. I think I've hyped it up enough. And, may the best man win, man. It's on to the next, man. Let's break down this Wilder versus Helenius. You there, my brother?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah, man. So, like I said, if you have any information of that last fight we just talked about, Pierce versus Williams, hit up DC Mike TV at DC Mike TV, all one word, on Instagram. You guys can DM him for information on that fight. So yeah, let's talk about Robert Helenius, an old sparring partner of Deontay Wilder. Now him finally getting that shot and getting that crack at Deontay Wilder, but this is the Deontay Wilder coming off of a Tyson Fury trilogy. And let's be honest, DC Mike, is the number one thing in this fight, and I'm going to be paying close attention to, is Deontay Wilder the same after the trilogy? That's going to be my question. What do you think? How do you break this fight down, DC Mike? And who do you got winning?
Obviously, I don't think Deontay Wilder is the same. He got, knocked out twice. In the second fight, he got, knocked out with a busted eardrum. In the third fight, he put up a, gallant effort. But he got, obviously stopped worse in that fight. Another busted eardrum. And obviously Wilder's not the same. So now I'm sure, his former sparring partner is going to try to, because it seems though now all you have to do is, try to get, close enough to Wilder and hit him, right in his ear. That seems to be the soft spot for Deontay. It's happened with Tyson Fury twice. He hit him in the ear, bust his eardrum. And then, Wilder's balance is all off after that. So I would assume if, Helenius can, land a good shot to hit him on the ear. And I know that sounds kind of, silly, hit him on the ear and he'll mess him up. If he can land a shot to mess up, Deontay Wilder's eardrum, I think he can have a good shot at beating him. But, I mean, if he's not able to get that shot in, sparring partners are sparring partner for a reason. If he doesn't, able to land that sweet spot around the ear area, I think Wilder probably knocks him out. I think so.
For real?
Yeah, I mean, he's a sparring partner for a reason. Right? And Helenius already has what, 6 or 7 losses? Yeah. If I had to bet, I'm gonna pick Wilder by excuse the background noise. I will pick Wilder by knockout if I had to put some money on it. But even though Wilder's not the same after the trilogy with Tyson Fury, he still has enough to get past Helenius. If Helenius is really, he's not, highly skilled like Deontay Wilder. He doesn't really do, anything great. He does, all things okay. And he's just kind of a, just a regular club fighter, to be honest with you. Obviously, he's
Yeah.
kind of, he's big. He's about, I don't know, 6'5", 6'6". He's big, but I just think it's gonna be a matter of time until Wilder, lands the right hand. I know he's been, working with Malik Scott, and they trying to, work on his, footwork and pivoting and switching angles quickly with his feet. But I think at this stage, you can't make a late run horse a lead run horse. That's just my opinion. Like Tyson say, everybody has a plan until they get hit in the mouth. But all in all, I just think, once Wilder lands the right hand or even a left hook, I think he knocks him out. So even after the loss, he
Wow.
still has enough to get past Helenius. Helenius
Shout
isn't
out
a
Shout out to teaching the building. He said salute Corey Lee Boston, no doubt, my brother. So what so you're saying pretty much he's a sparring partner for a reason, and you're feeling like Deontay Wilder is gonna be pretty much this is gonna be pretty much light work for Deontay Wilder. That's pretty much what you're saying.
yeah, pretty much. Like I said, unless he get in a crazy shot and hit Deontay Wilder on the ear area, that'd be the only time he can, possibly, you know, possibly, get a win or.
Yeah, Deontay Wilder. Hello? You still there, DC?
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah, you good. All right. So yeah, my breakdown on this fight, man, is I think Deontay Wilder, you can put your joint on mute, DC, but I get some background noise. But yeah, my personal opinion and my breakdown of this fight, you guys, is Deontay Wilder. Let me just tell you guys, man, I watched the fight this weekend, man. I watched Deontay Wilder, the first fight, a Wilder versus Tyson Fury. I watched the first fight, and then I watched the third fight. I didn't watch the second fight again. I did watch the second fight before, but I didn't watch it lately. But that third fight, man, showed me that Deontay Wilder has a heart of a lion, being that he got up from being hurt so bad. And not only did he get up from being hurt, he hurt Tyson Fury. See, a lot of people don't remember that Tyson Fury almost got iced his damn self in that fight. You know, it was almost all she wrote for Tyson Fury too. So you guys got to understand, man. Tyson Fury, yes, he got through it, and yes, he got by it, but it was tough, man. It was tough. Both fighters went through hell in that third fight. And it took a lot out of both of them, man. Some of those flush shots that Wilder caught Fury with, I don't think he'll be the same either, man. I think that'll have a lasting effect on both guys. Even Tyson Fury said it to himself. He's got, bumps and stuff on his head from that fight. You know what I'm saying? And it was just a brutal fight, man, for both guys. Both guys landed very, very good shots on each other. And eventually Tyson Fury was the victor. He iced the shit out of Deontay Wilder, I believe, in the 11th round, almost the final round. And he got the job done. A lot of people didn't think that Tyson Fury was going to get the job done, and they were picking Deontay Wilder to win that third and final fight. Possibly Deontay Wilder could just, make all his wrongs and make them right. That didn't happen. So here we are with Wilder versus Helenius. This is Wilder's comeback fight. I think he can beat Robert Helenius, but I think Helenius right now, man, he's coming off of 2 good wins against Adam Kownacki, which is a fringe contender at best. He has a lot of fans out there in the New York area, because when I went to the Barclays Center and seen Adam Kownacki on the undercard, I'm going to be honest with you, man, DC Mike, I think Adam Kownacki had more fans show up at the Danny Garcia fight versus not David Benavidez, but David Benavidez's brother, Jose Benavidez. Jose Benavidez, I feel like Adam Kownacki had more fans than Benavidez had. at the Barclays Center. That's how many, red and white flags and red and white gear I've seen in the stands, in the audience. And, Adam Kornacki got not knocked out once, but knocked out twice by Robert Helenius. So, hey, man, Helenius is on a really good streak right now. He's coming off 2 impressive knockout wins. That's how he landed this fight. And we just got to see how he does, man. I think right now, man, Robert Helenius is at a point in his life right now where he's trying to get everything right, and he's trying to make things, go right in his career when it comes to, big fights and stuff like that. And he's got to win this fight to get to that next level, man. I just don't think it's going to happen for Robert Helenius. Anything can happen in the heavyweight division. But we'll see. We'll see what, Deontay Wilder has left. I'm gonna be tuning in, and I'm gonna be seeing how Wilder takes a flush shot by Robert Helenius. What are you gonna be looking for in this fight, man? For a possible Wilder, next fight. What are you gonna be looking for? You gonna be looking for some of the head movement, or we know his power's there. So what do you think what are you looking for?
I mean, I don't know. Wilder, he kind of did all that training, for his last fight, head movement, pivoting.
You don't know. You don't know, aren't you? People. You gotta understand, DC Mike. I've known you to be spot on sometimes on some of your predictions, man. So you don't know about this one? This is a shocker. You don't know?
As far as you talking about some head movement and all that, I don't know if Wilder's gonna do it. We just gotta wait.
Hello? I think we lost you, man. Are you there? I think we lost you.
He looked slow. He looked tired. Mm-hmm. But, I guess we just got to wait and see, man. I really can't say right now. We can speak way too early, and then Wilder getting in don't do anything. So we just got to wait and see. But I think I agree with you, man, as far as, Helenius catching Wilder with a shot. I think if you hit him in the ear and bust his eardrum, he got a good chance. I know so that sounds real silly.
Eardrum again.
I know that sounds real silly, Corey, but that seemed to be a sweet spot for him. You bust the eardrum, you got a chance.
Come on. Hey, DC,
don't hit him in the chin, hit him in the ear.
Oh, shit. Other than that, though, other than the eardrum shit you're talking about, man, what chance does Robert Helenius have on winning this fight? You know what I'm saying? I think I'm gonna tell you what I think, but I'm gonna let you go first, man. What chance do you give a Robert Helenius, winning this fight on? People out there that might want to watch this and might want to put their bet in, because the odds are going to be very, very good for Robert Helenius, man. You're going to be getting really good odds, And so if you pick Robert Helenius for, let me look it up. Let me look it up right now. You guys know I got the betting apps on deck. Stop playing with me. You guys know I do this shit for real. Shout out to Beebs from Ringside Reporter. The guy is a freaking betting guru out over there at Beeb Industries. Let's see what we got here. Boxing. Hold up. Don't tell me there's another Mayweather fight. Abdullah Mayweather versus Caesar Tapia? Did you know Mayweather has a relative that's fighting this weekend? I didn't know. Some dude named Abdullah Mayweather is fighting this weekend. It's coming up on my betting app. You ever heard of him? Never heard of him myself, so yeah. But let's see what we got here. We got a lot of fights this weekend. Wow. We got a lot of fights, man. We got Gary Antoine Russell fighting, Emmanuel Rodriguez, Frank Sanchez fighting versus Carlos Negrão, Caleb Plant versus Anthony Durrell. We got to break that fight down too. But yeah, on this Robert Helenius fight, let me tell you guys what the odds are. Deontay Wilder is minus 850. Robert Helenius is plus 510. So let's see if let's just say you put $100 on Robert Helenius right now. If you put $100 on Robert Helenius right now to win, not to knock out Wilder, but just to win, your payout is gonna be $510. If you just put down $100, you guys, that's all you guys got to put down is $100, and you'll get back $510. You heard that, DC? Hello, DC. You still with us, brother?
Yeah, you know I'm shaking and moving. I heard it.
Oh, you shaking and moving? All right, my bad. But yeah, man, that's what it's looking like right now, man. So, if you're a betting man, do you put a little bit of money on Robert Helenius, DC, or do you think it's a whitewash for Deontay Wilder? Do you think he's just gonna, steamroll through Robert Helenius? DC, we'll come back to you, my brother. Let's move it on, you guys. Deontay Wilder versus Robert Helenius, you guys, is going down this Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern time. So you guys want to watch that out. I mean, watch out for that fight. On the undercard of that fight, it's going to be Caleb Plant coming back. His last fight was against Canelo Alvarez. He's coming back to fight Anthony Dirrell. Anthony Dirrell is the younger brother of Andre Dirrell, which was a former champion himself. Both guys held the WBC strap. Andre Dirrell has since retired. Anthony Dirrell is still, as you guys see, still fighting. And still, to be honest with you, for a guy that keeps losing, Anthony Dirrell has lost a couple fights, and for a guy that keeps losing, he's sure been fighting lately, man. For real, man. He sure have been fighting lately. But yeah, man, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. I didn't know that Anthony Dirrell was still gonna be fighting at this top level, but let's see how his last couple fights have been going. He's 34-2 with 25 big wins by way of knockout. Okay, so he's only lost 2 fights. So he's only lost to David Benavidez, which was a knockout loss, and he lost to Badu Jack, which was a mid-decision. Man, I thought he had more losses than that. Okay. He's got 2 split decision draws against Saiki Obika in 2013 and against Kyron Davis in 2021. That Kyron Davis fight, man, Kyron Davis got obliterated by David Benavidez. I mean, David Benavidez beat him too. So, listen, man, he just came off of a knockout win over Marcos Hernandez in 2021. So he hasn't fought in almost a year. Okay, so he hasn't fought in almost a year. Anthony Dirrell hasn't. And Caleb Plant hasn't fought in pretty much a year or two. They both fought on the same day. So both guys haven't fought since November 6th, 2021. As you guys know, Caleb Plant got stopped in the later rounds in that Canelo Alvarez fight. Canelo Alvarez stopped Caleb Plant, like I said, in the later rounds. This is his first fight back. I think that Caleb Plant, I think it'll be a unanimous decision win for Caleb Plant. Anthony Dirrell at this point, man, I think he needs to go in for the kill, man. If he could possibly knock out Caleb Plant, I think that'll help him out in his career. But even if he can get a points decision on Caleb Plant will be good, man. But I just don't think right now, I think even if it's a close fight, I think Caleb Plant gets the nod. And I just want to see what he can do. I want to see what Caleb Plant has left. He's 30 years old. He just got knocked out by Canelo Alvarez, one of the best fighters in the world. And let's just see what he has left, man. So yeah, with that being said, let's go to the women. Clarissa Shields versus Savannah Marshall. Right now, Clarissa Shields is a minus 136. Savannah Marshall is a plus 106. So if you put $100 on Savannah Marshall right now, you'll get 106 back. If you put $100 on Savannah Marshall, you'll get $100 back. So the odds aren't really that good. They're saying that this is a pretty close fight. And like I said, man, I can't wait to see it. It's going down this Saturday. I believe it's going down live on, is it ESPN? I believe it's on ESPN, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's on ESPN, you guys. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, man, I really want to see, what these two girls can do this weekend. A lot of people are talking about it. You got Earl Spence talking about it. He's saying that he hasn't been this hype for women's boxing in a while. And like I said, I just want to see the best fight the best. These two girls are looking like they're the best in their weight class. And let's just see them fight, man. I got Clarissa Shields winning by unanimous decision. Savannah Marshall's going to throw up a tough test, but I think eventually Clarissa Shields will get her and eventually beat her. I don't think there'll be any stoppages in that women's fight. I mean, Clarissa Shields, for all intents and purposes, I feel like she's a better boxer than a puncher. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, I feel like she's gonna box first, bang second, in so many ways. But she can bang though. She can bang. So can Savannah Marshall. So we're gonna see. Might be some fireworks in this fight, man. I can't wait to see it, man. Two women fight, man. Okay, and then in the undercard, you got Michaela Mayer versus Alicia Baumgardner. Now, you guys know Alicia Baumgardner is one of the hottest women boxers in boxing right now. Being like, I guess you could say model material. She is a very attractive woman, but as we know, beauty doesn't win fights. And you got to put up or shut up right now. And right now, these two been jawing at it. These two been going at it, and I just want to see what Alicia Baumgardner can do. Now, Alicia Baumgardner is coming into this fight, you guys, as the underdog. Wow, okay. It's a little bit of a surprise to me because I know more about Alicia Baumgardner than Michaela Mayer. So let's go to BoxRec. Let's see what we got here. I'm gonna go check up on her BoxRec, you guys. So she's 17-0 with 5 knockouts. Okay, Alicia Baumgardner is 12-1. Okay. So if you guys didn't know, Michaela Mayer's last 3 opponents, Erica Faras, 26-4. Iwa Branica, 19-0. Maeva Hamaduch, 22-1. Jennifer Hahn, 18-4 with 1 draw. So she's got some pretty good competition. Let's go to, Alicia Baumgardner's. Wow, man. These two girls are going to be going at it this weekend, man. I can't wait to see it. It sucks because I got to work this weekend. I wish I could watch the fight more. I might have to watch that Alicia Baumgardner fight on a replay, which I don't want to, but I might have to. It looks like a really good matchup, man. Both girls are looking like they're going to be, in it to win it. Like I said, Alicia Baumgardner right now is a WBC and IBO champion of the world. She's an Adidas athlete. I'm thinking she's like an Adidas, model type, athlete. And yeah, she's like I said, she's a model. She's a beautiful woman, you know, but beauty doesn't win fights, as we all know. She's got a 53% KO ratio. She's 5'6". She's from Detroit, Michigan. And as we all know, she's, and she's pretty rough with the beauty. And so she's 5'6", and Mayer is 5'9", okay, with the 29% KO ratio. So we'll see, man. He's got both girls are going to clash it. I'm picking Baumgartner for to win this fight. But we'll see. We'll see. Mayer is the favorite. I'm thinking that I like the odds on Alicia Baumgartner. I would definitely pick Alicia Baumgartner for the win because of the odds. You're getting really good odds on this fight. And yeah, man. So and last but not least, in this breakdown of fights, you guys, this weekend, with tons of fights going down this weekend. Yeah, man. We touched on the Gary Antonio Russell. So let's talk about that fight real quick and we can wrap it up. We didn't even talk about the Devin Haney fight, man. That's going down this weekend too. Devin Haney versus George Kambosos, you guys. Wow, where do I start? Devin Haney has pretty much been dominating. Devin Haney's been dominating George Kambosos the last fight. I feel like this rematch is pretty much the same thing's gonna happen that happened in the last fight. George Kambosos just didn't have anything for the slick style and the hit and not get. The hit and not get hit type of reflexes from Devin Haney. I feel like he's a master boxer, and it shows. It shows that he was light years ahead of George Kambosos. Leading up into this fight, both guys have been chomping at the bits. It looks like, George Kambosos is just going through the motions. This fight is in Australia again. Yes, George Kambosos is a good fighter, but you haven't fought in your hometown in a while. Do you want both of your fights in your hometown to be losses? I feel like George Kambosos got to let it all on the line this Saturday. And he's got to let the fans know, man, look, I'm willing to give it my all in this fight. And, yeah, man, I'm here to win, and that's what he's got to show. With all that being said, skills pay the fucking bills. And Devin Haney's going to win by skills and skills alone. I think Devin Haney right now is I'm not even going to say he's in the prime of his career. He hasn't even peaked yet. And, he's still young. He's under 24 years old. And, he's an undisputed champion, man. The guy fought one time and became undisputed. He pretty much fought a champion. This is his first champion that he's fought, and he got all the belts. If you think about it, this is the first active champion that Devin Haney fought, and he got all of the belts from that active champion, which is wild. He just pretty much went to the best fighter in the division. At the time, George Kambosos was, man. Teofimo Lopez beat you guys' number one at 135, which was Vasyl Lomachenko, okay? And then Teofimo lost to George Kambosos in his very next title defense, okay? Now, we've seen the changing of the guards with these belts, We haven't seen a whole lot of title defenses with all of the belts. Let's see if Devin Haney can make a successful title defense and actually, put a feather under his cap. Because I think it's only an inevitable. I think Devin Haney will move up in his next couple fights, man. You got Shakur Stevenson chomping at the bits. He was the WBC champion, I believe, at 130. So they do have a stipulation where if you move up to the weight class that's higher than you, I believe you get an immediate shot. Almost like what Alexander Usyk did from moving up to cruiserweight to heavyweight. He got an immediate shot at Anthony Joshua, pretty much. So yeah, man, I've almost been burning for an hour. DC Mike dropped off a long time ago. I've just been riding the wave since. Thank you guys so much for watching, man. If you guys want to donate to Corey Lee Boxing, you guys can donate to Corey Lee Boxing at Corey Lee Boxing on Cash App. I believe it's Corey Lee Boxing on PayPal. And yeah, man, I think I got Venmo too on Corey Lee Boxing. So yeah, man, thank you guys so much for watching, man. If you guys want to tune in, I'm going to try to go live for the Deontay Wilder fight Saturday night, man. So can't wait to see you guys there, man. Thank you guys for watching this breakdown, and I'll see you guys on the next one, man. This is Corey Lee Boxing, and you've definitely been hit with another banger. Peace out, you guys.